I know with pitchers who throw a lot, is your right arm bigger than your left arm?
Yes. Like by law, you can tell.
That's crazy. Pretty much the end of it. So, like I said, I'm excited for Hopewell this year, and I can't wait to watch you.
I think we'll go far.
Yeah, absolutely. And like
swing and miss, strike three. And here's the pitch. There's the swing and miss, strike three. So I think Hopewell's very happy to get out of that jam.
All right, so thanks for doing this. It's pretty cool.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. I'm actually excited for you guys this year because I think you're kind of primed to have a really big season, and it's going to be fun to watch you guys. What I want to do is I want to get started asking about a little bit about your youth career. So
Okay.
The first thing, of course, the first question that we had is like how did you get involved in playing softball?
So really it was just I played like soccer. I played all the sports that you could play like before you're like 4. And finally by the time I was able to play other sports, all my friends started playing softball, and I was like, oh, like maybe I should start, like maybe it would be fun. So I think from like 6 and up is when I started, like 5 or 6. Everyone else just did it, so I figured I would do it too.
Okay, so when did you get into pitching?
I was my second year of 10U, so like 9, because we moved up early.
Okay.
It might have been my first year of 10U. So between 9 and 10, I started pitching.
Was that something that, like, sometimes you get elected to pitch because no one else on the team can do it? Or was it something that you picked up?
I picked it because, again, everyone else was doing it. Like, when we were growing up, everyone on my team in rec ball, like, was a pitcher at one point. So it was like I was the only one that wasn't pitching. So I was like, oh, I might as well just do it for fun. And then it just stuck.
Okay. Now, when you're younger and going through playing softball and everything, you kind of see softball players either in college or pros or whatever that kind of inspire you. Do you have any softball players that you look up to?
When I was younger, I watched Jenny Finch a lot. And then as I started getting older, it was Rachel Garcia.
Okay.
Those were the 2 big ones.
Rachel Garcia, is she UCLA?
Yeah,
No?
She played for UCLA. I think she graduated 2 years ago.
Okay. And of course, Jenny Finch. I think everyone who knows softball knows who Jenny Finch is.
Yeah.
When did you realize that you wanted to play softball at college? I know that you just recently committed to Bethany, which, by the way, my wife graduated from Bethany.
Oh, really?
She graduated out. Now, she wasn't into sports or anything like that, but she that's where she went to school. Her mom actually worked in the front office there, and she went there for free. She didn't have to pay a dime because her mom worked there. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's a good school, and we'll get more into that a little bit later. But when did you realize you wanted to play college ball?
I think probably like the summer before my freshman year. So like between 8th grade and 9th grade, I was like, I've been playing my whole life. I don't just want to play for nothing. So it was either, I really hone down and I try to make it to the collegiate level, or I just am just playing for fun. And to me, I didn't just want to play for fun. I didn't want to be done after high school.
It's not easy to play college ball. It's not, it's a lot of hard work and dedication and a lot of sacrifice that you girls go through whenever you try to get ready to get recruited or get to be good enough that someone would want you on their team.
Yeah.
Have you faced any challenges or setbacks that that you had to overcome through this whole process?
Like just throughout like rec ball and even like when I got into playing travel ball and stuff, I had just a lot of, coaches and parents telling me like maybe pitching isn't for you. Like you're not gonna get anywhere past, 12U. You should just stop while you're at it. And there were times where I definitely was like, maybe they're right. Maybe I should just stop because I did struggle from 10 like to the end of 12U. I wasn't very consistent. I was kind of all over the place. So I was like, maybe they're right. Maybe pitching isn't something I need to do. And then my summer before my 8th grade year, like right before COVID hit, I was like, I don't know why I keep letting all these people tell me that I shouldn't pitch. Like if I really want to do it, then I just need to work hard and prove to them that I can. So that's really what I did. From then on, I've just been working to try and get better for myself, but also like for everybody else. I didn't want them to tell me that I couldn't do it.
Okay. I hear you. My daughter Macy has that issue too with people saying that she's too small. Everyone always said she's heard that all her life, that she was too small to make it big or whatever. So, that's like you need that motivation. Somebody, everyone has some type of motivation that pushes them for sure. It's pretty cool. And I remember you pitched a little bit when you were a freshman, and you honestly, to me, I saw that there was a lot of potential, but you were pretty wild. You were pretty all over the place. But then your sophomore year, you started showing improvements, and then of course last year you were one of the better pitchers, probably one of the best pitchers in Beaver County.
Thank you.
Starting last year, yeah. So, and I know, like I said, I'm excited for you guys this year because you guys got you check all the boxes. Your team, you got everything that you need.
I'm very excited for this season.
And I thought for sure you would say adversity you would bring up when you got injured last year.
Oh, when I got hit. Sometimes I forget about that. Like it was just because I wasn't out very long. I definitely should have stayed out more than a week, but I wanted to play, so I sat out a week.
That was such a huge impact for your season though when you got hurt.
Oh yeah.
Because really, I thought you guys were going to run away with it at that point. But then when you got injured,
I thought my hand was broke. I thought I was done for the rest of the year. Thank God it wasn't. I don't know how it wasn't, but. Yeah, I just stayed off of it for a week. I mean, it gave me problems the rest of the season. I definitely should have rested probably 2-3 weeks, but I wanted to play, and I didn't want to let the team down.
Let your team down, right? But I know when you guys played Central Valley that second time, I think that was the first game you came back, and you can tell that you weren't yourself. When you guys played at our place.
I pitched 3 innings in the Elwood City game, and then I couldn't do any more. And then Central Valley was the first game that I fully pitched, like all 7.
And you can see that at least I noticed it, that you were not 100%, not at all. So kudos to you for fighting through that. So are you getting more confident with it now? Like, do you feel like it's getting stronger and you're getting better with it? Okay.
Yeah.
How long did that affect you?
Into travel season, definitely.
Okay.
So probably like July, it got better, like as I kept using it. But I mean, I still had pain in like mid-travel season.
Wow. That's crazy. Well, hopefully you don't have to worry about that this year. And you can be a stud. Yeah. All right. So share some of your more favorite or memorable highlights or moments up through your career up to this point.
Definitely one of them was when we were in rec ball. We won the 10U Beaver County championship, and then in 11U, our first year of 12U, we were the first Hopewell team out of all of the teams to win as an 11U team. Nobody could win as an 11U team. They only won as the 12U team. So that we were like the first team that could do it 2 years in a row.
Yeah. And you know what, that league, so I don't know if you know that I'm involved with that league as far as like I was the president for years or whatever, but that league is really hard to win. I don't think people realize, everyone's like, oh, it's just rec ball or whatever, but that's a really tough league to win. I know the Central Valley.
It's always been competitive like that.
All right, so that's kind of like your youth. We touched on high school a little bit, but let's get into your senior season because I know it's kind of special for you guys at that age. So can you? I know you're one of the leaders of the team. You're obviously an important piece of it. So kind of share with me your team's dynamics and how you guys are your camaraderie and how you guys get along and everything. I know that Coach Rana really pushes the team culture for you guys, and I'm just curious to learn more about
it's
that.
very big for us to have a team that not only can get along, but I think a big part of the game is you need to trust your teammate. Like, I need to know that if I can't throw strikes all the time and a ball gets hit, that my team is going to be able to make the play to back it up. Yeah. So, really, we do a lot of team bonding and getting together at practice. And, the seniors and the juniors, we're really trying to make the freshmen and sophomore feel welcome, switching up throwing partners, throwing with the underclassmen, like just really trying to get them comfortable, because if they're not comfortable, then they're going to get nervous and it's just not going to click.
Yeah.
So this season we're really working on making a strong connection as a team. That way we can produce wins.
Now you guys only lost a couple seniors, right?
Yeah, we lost 3 last year.
3, okay. And are you finding any freshmen that are going to help you guys out?
I think so. We have a very good freshman class that's coming in this year, and a very big one.
Oh, okay.
So we'll have a lot of girls.
Well, you need it because your senior class is big this year, right? I mean, you guys got a good bit of girls that are graduating this year.
There's 4 of us this year.
4, okay. But they're all significant players, though, right?
Yeah.
Your senior class, they're all significant players.
Basically our infield.
Okay. Being in the off season right now, do you play any other sports?
No, just softball.
Just softball, okay. So in your off season, I know there's it's almost as if you guys don't really take breaks in softball.
Yeah,
or any
never.
Sport. Yeah,
always doing something.
Yeah, it's a full-time gig now. But how do you just kind of share with us? How do you stay motivated and keep yourself on track through the long off season or the during season?
I mean, I throw a lot. I throw probably 4 to 5 days a week, 2 with high school, 2 with travel, sometimes 3 with travel. I do it for me mostly because, if I slip or I'm not working hard enough and I think that I'm guaranteed a spot, one of the underclassmen could very easily come up and start pitching. And if I want to be the starting pitcher, I need to work just as hard as everybody else. It's not guaranteed to me just because I'm an upperclassman. Like, I would hope if an underclassman is throwing better than me that they would get to throw that game. At the end of the day, we're just trying to win.
Right. Yeah. And you got to play your best 9. Absolutely.
Right. Exactly.
With the off season, though, you said you practice, but you're throwing 2 to 5 times a week. Is that what you said? 2 with high school, 2 and 3 with. That's. I have to ask you. I know with pitchers who throw a lot, is your right arm bigger than your left arm?
Yes. Like that law, you can tell.
That's crazy.
So I try, when we're in the gym and we're lifting, I try to do heavier on the left side just so it evens out a little bit. But I mean, naturally my right arm is going to be bigger than my left.
It's like when you watch, especially the college girls who the bigger schools, the Oklahomas and all them. Those pitchers, you could see the one arm is busting out of the seams, and the other one looks like it's skinny.
Looks like a spaghetti noodle.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about your off-season workouts. I know you throw, but do you work on certain pitches? Do you just kind of work on your strike zones or hitting your spots?
It's a little bit of both. I mean, really, you can always work on pitches, just throwing them, trying to make them perfect, things like that. I work a lot with my spins in the off season because, I mean, during the regular season, during season play, yes, I throw, but I don't really have as much time to sit there and throw the same pitch for an hour and in depth. I just need to be able to throw to produce strikes. But in the off season, I really work on my spin, my movement, things like that.
Okay. Now, let's before we get into college, let's talk a little bit about the senior year, because I know. I already mentioned this, I feel like you guys are going to have a really good year. I know that Of course, I know a lot about this section, obviously, because my daughter played in it the past several years. So I know all you guys pretty well just from that. But I know Mohawk's going to be a challenge this year because, you know, they're a younger team and they started to really play well towards the second half of the season. Elwood's always good. And then there's you guys, Central Valley. I'm not sure how they're going to respond, losing a couple players that they lost. So we'll have to see with them. Then of course Beaver Falls. You always have to deal with Callie Langston, who's a phenomenal player. But how is your mindset going into the season? Like what are your goals and what are you guys thinking about as a team?
I mean, we would all love to win WPIALs. I think that is our goal. I think, you know, if we keep working the way that we were working last season, I mean, I think we have a very good shot. We need to be smart. We need to play relaxed. When we get too nervous and we just don't play our best, we just need to focus if we do want to win.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just, like I said, I'm excited for you guys because I really think you have, you check, like I said, you check all the boxes. You got strong pitching, you got catching, you got high on base percentage. You guys got power hitters. I mean, you got pretty much everything, and it's just exciting to see how it's going to unfold for you. And like I said, I if I had to put money on it, I'm putting money on Hopewell. just so you know. But actually, I don't know. You probably know this or not. My Hopewell is where I went to high school. So
no, I did not know that.
Yeah. So I have a little love there, I guess. Not a lot, but a little.
Yeah.
So, okay. So talking about your college career, just recently it was announced that you committed to Bethany. Did you sign yet officially?
Not yet.
Okay. That's just a cool experience to sign. And I mean, it's a big deal. It's really exciting for any college athlete, not just you girls, but it's pretty cool. And like anything, when girls in our area anyway commit to colleges, I just think it's just a cool vibe to see, you know, because in the past you really didn't have a lot of girls playing college softball in our area. You know, I mean, you would have a few here and there, but it seems like there's done. Yeah, it just seems like there's more and more that are going to do that. So it's exciting. Yeah. So, and of course, Bethany, like I said, my wife went there. So when I saw that, I was like, all right, Bethany. So what did you like about that?
Like, so I've always wanted a small school. I didn't want to be in a huge school. Like my brother, he goes to WVU. Like I didn't want a big school like that. I wanted something very small. Yes, I wanted something very small. Very not just quiet, but like I wanted to be challenged athletically, but I also wanted to be challenged academically, and I wanted a school where I could get both of that, but my education first.
Yeah. And Bethany is a really good school for education wise. So that's, like I said, that's a really good school. So this next question is more about the recruiting process for you. And I know a little bit about it because your dad and I talked a little bit about things that I just was kind of giving him my experiences with Macy.
Yeah.
Just kind of gave him a heads up with stuff. So I don't know if you want to get into that a little bit and kind of explain to everybody how your recruiting all took place.
I think mine definitely was difficult. I had a lot of come to the school. We really want you. We really want you to play for us. And then, I would tour, I would get there, and then it would be like, we don't have a spot anymore, but you could like walk on if you want. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with walking on, but I was just afraid that if I went to these schools and I walked on, I wasn't going to end up playing, and I couldn't go somewhere that I wasn't going to play.
Yeah, that's
like always... I wanted to play all 4 years. I wanted to be able to continue softball, and if that wasn't like a promise, then I wasn't willing to risk it.
Yeah, that's Macy was in a situation similar to that. So she was getting recruited by I'm not going to name names, but she was getting recruited by one school, and they kind of like was interested in her, but they weren't really fussing over her, and it was like. You wouldn't hear she wouldn't hear from them for a few days, and all of a sudden she would get a text.
That's exactly how mine was.
And then you would see them.
it was more like not even a few days. Like it would be like I would hear back from them like immediately, and then it was like a week, and then it was like two
Yeah.
weeks, and then it was like, you said you wanted me, but then like now I'm not getting the same feeling, and I
Yeah.
don't want to put all my hope into one school and then it just not happen for me.
Right. And that's what with Macy. I told her, I was like, you can go to that school, and you may not see the field until your junior year, and
Yeah,
you only have 4 years left of playing. So, and then that's
right.
when
Are you
she
willing to
decided.
risk?
Yeah, and that's when she decided to at YSU, because they really fussed over her and they really wanted her, and it was
Right.
an opportunity to play 4 years. So
Yeah.
and that's part of the decision making. It's tough sometimes for you guys, because you have your heart set on one school, and then but you're not getting the same vibe, so you got to kind of look for other
Right.
places, and then you start freaking out and you're saying nobody wants me and I don't know what to
Yes.
do and what's going on.
Yeah.
It's stressful. The whole recruiting process
It really
is so stressful. So it all worked out. So you like the coaches there, and did you
Yes,
meet the
coaches
players?
are great. I did. When I went on my visit, I got to eat lunch with some of the team. They were all very welcoming. They had great things to say about the coaches and just the program itself, and they were very excited for this upcoming season. So
Cool, real cool. Okay, so leading into the whole recruiting process, who do you want to thank, or who do you feel were your main support circle to get you through that process, and to really walk you through it and help you through everything?
it was a lot of my high school coaches, Rhonda and Kurt. They were a big help, and then my travel coaches, Jim and Scott and Dawn and Matt, they were all very helpful. And then my parents, my siblings, and even my teammates. My teammates were very supportive the whole way through. They wanted constant updates. They wanted to know what was going on. And then when I finally announced it, there was like a ton of support from all of them.
Even for your teammates, it's exciting. I know that a lot of girls. I mean, there's always some girls that kind of, or I don't want to say jealous, but they're like, oh, shucks, whatever. But I mean,
Yeah.
for the most part, man, everyone's really excited for you. It's just a good feeling. Of course, with you being an older player, an experienced player, and a player that has got all section and all that stuff. Obviously, the younger kids look up to you and see you as a role model. And the girls or the kids who are looking to play at college, what kind of advice would you give them to help them through that whole process?
You have to be willing to work hard. If you truly want to play, you have to go to practice even when you don't want to sometimes. You have to put the work in, you have to lift, you really have to work hard if that's where you want to go. You really can't just show up to games, play a couple games, not practice, and then expect to get there, because it's not going to happen.
No, yeah. I always told my daughter that if you practice hard and work out hard and really give it 100% with your training and your development and stuff, the games come easy to you. But
Right.
if you take it easy with the training, and you skip practices, or you don't do something every day to get better, then when you got to play the game, it suddenly becomes tough. And
Exactly.
I mean, that's really what it's about. It's working, training, practicing, getting better. And those games are kind of like your reward for that hard work.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is definitely good advice to give these little ones. Okay, so this next part of this, I'm just kind of curious on how the softball players in Beaver County understand and know this stuff. So the NIL opportunities, the name, image, and likeness stuff. Are you familiar with anything with that? Have you looked into any
a
of that?
little bit, but not as much, because Bethany is such a small school. Like I never took into consideration like.
So just to talk a little bit about that, with Bethany being a smaller school, it really it may or may not matter. I mean, of course, the bigger schools, like when you get into Oklahoma and Alabama and
Right.
all them guys, you got all kinds of opportunities. But it's more or less the Beaver County thing. And I think that what's going on is it's just new. So and it's also last winter the PIAA approved high school kids to take advantage of some of this stuff too. So it's kind of it's starting to get traction and starting to grow. but it's still relatively new. So there's a lot of things out there that still need to fall into place to take advantage of it. But what I'm thinking is if we can get the Beaver County girls more engaged in it, it might be a window of opportunity for everyone to kind of grow and help each other through it and take advantage of things. So I know there's still things out there. Like I know Peyton List got to deal with coconut water. I forget the name of it, but she has something on her. I think it's on her TikTok account where she talks about coconut.
Yeah, I did. I think I did see that. I think it was on her Instagram too.
Yeah. So I mean, there's things that are starting to pop up and some opportunities. I know Macy's been talking to a couple. I don't think they're businesses, but there's just some opportunities that are starting to surface for her too. So
yeah,
it's just something that like I said, it's new in this area, and it's something that I think that if everyone kind of can dive into it, it's going to help make it grow and make it something where you guys can benefit from it. And there's other things that I'm thinking about too that we can potentially get into. It's like having a lot of you girls come back and having like a Beaver County like a camp, Beaver County camp for the young kids. And then you girls can, whoever helps that camp, you guys can get all that money, and it'll just be a way for you to get some kickback for all the hard work and effort that you guys do. So, and like I said, the more girls that we get to go into colleges, the more that we can build that up in Beaver County and help make it a little bit more beneficial for you guys. So it's just something that I'm trying to keep a thumb on, and hopefully we can help grow and give back to you guys because of what you're doing for the county. I think it's a big deal, I think, to have you guys playing college ball and to put in that effort and to do those things. I just think it's great. And I think right now, this year we have Callie, there's you, Mia Williams, Emily Wagner, I think her name is. And I think there's 5 girls right now that are committed to colleges just in this class in Beaver County.
Yeah.
So
I think cool. The 2024 class I think there's a lot of girls in Beaver County that are in the 2024 class this year.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's exciting, I think, to see. And like I said, I want to try to help grow that and put a big spotlight on you guys. At least that's the idea of this network. So, like I said, I'm excited for Hopewell this year, and I can't wait to watch you guys.
I think we'll go far.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, the only thing I could say is just focus on what you guys can do, and be there for each other, and really hit the training over the winter to get better as a team. And,
yes, I agree.
Yeah, and I think you guys will definitely have a good opportunity. And excited for Bethany. I'll follow you as much as I can. Yeah, it's really cool. Congratulations, big time.
Thank you.
So again, thanks for doing this, and
thank you.
Have a good off season, and I can't wait to watch you guys in the spring.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll see you.
Bye. Thank you.